Let us continue with this program. Yeah, I will ask the user to enter student roll number and name. Uh, at this point, I am not going to ask the user to enter his marks because marks is the array. Here, subject marks, it is declared as array. So, I have to use for loop for that. So, in this printf statement, I am going to enter only roll number and name of a student. Since roll number and name of students are the members of student structure, it has to be accessed through s1 because s1 is a variable of student. S1 dot roll number and S1 dot name. Now, in order to enter the marks for 5 subjects, I will be using for loop. Why? Because marks or subject marks is an array of 5. That's why I will be using the for loop in order to enter 5 different subject marks. My loop starts from 0 and it goes till 4. 5 minus 1. Okay, and using scanf I am going to enter 5 different subject marks. S1 dot marks of I. Why it is S1 dot marks of I? It is not marks of I, please. It is subject marks of SUB marks of I. I think I have missed out here. SUB, it is SUB marks of I because it is declared as SUB marks, right? Okay, S1 dot SUB marks of I. Say again, after entering the first subject marks, I am going to add that marks to the sum because I want the sum of 5 different subject marks. Therefore, as soon as I enter the marks, I will be adding that marks to the sum. Initially sum was 0. Now sum becomes sum plus S1 dot sub marks of I. It is sub marks of I. Okay. So the first marks which the user has entered will be added to the sum now. So this process again continues, and in the second iteration the user will enter the second subject marks of I. Here I is 1 now. Initially it was 0, 0, 1. That is second subject marks. And again that will be added to the sum again. So now sum contains first and second subject marks because this is cumulative addition. Means previous value is also getting added to the current value. Then again in the third iteration, third subject marks will be added. Similarly, at the fifth iteration, fifth subject marks will be added to the sum. Okay. Once it reaches 5, it will come out of the loop, and then average will be calculating using this formula, sum divided by 5. Now, at the end of this loop, sum contains the addition of 5 subject marks. So, in order to find the average, I have to divide this sum by 5. Okay. Once I have calculated this sum, I am going to display the name of the student and then his average marks. Okay. How to display the name of a student? I can use the printf statement and then I will specify s1 dot name because name is the member of the student, member of the structure. And in order to display average, I would say only average. I am not specifying it as s1 dot average. Why? I am not using s1 here. Why? Because if you observe carefully, average is not declared within this student. Means average is not a member of student structure. If you observe carefully, average is declared within the main function. It means that average is not a member of student structure. If and only if I am accessing the member of structure, then I would be using variable dot that particular member. But here average is not the member of student. That's why I am not saying it as S1 dot average. I would just have to write it as average. So the output looks like this. Enter the student roll number and name. So the user will enter these values and then enter student marks for 5 subjects. So he will have to repeatedly enter the marks for 5 times. So 5 subjects marks will be entered, and then inside the program average of those marks will be calculated. First sum will be calculated, then average will be calculated. Finally, we are going to display the result as name of student is Peter, average marks of student is 83. I hope this is clear. The next concept is structures within structure. How to use one structure within another structure. It is like nesting of structures. Using structure within another structure. This is called nesting of structures. There can be any number of structures defined within the structure. Let us see the syntax for this structures within structure. The syntax looks like this: struct and then tag name 2, then data type 1, member 1. Here you can see that one more structure is the member of this particular structure. Struct tag name 1 s variable 1. Here tag name 1 is not a normal member, it is a structure. So you are using another structure as the member of this particular structure. You will understand this once you go through the example. Let us see the example. I have defined one more structure called date. We all know that date contains day, month and year. Correct? That's why inside this date structure I am going to declare three different members, that is int day, char month and then int year. Okay. So once I have defined this date structure, I have to use this particular structure as a member of another structure. Let us see how to use it. Now I have my regular structure called student. Here one additional information is provided inside this student structure, that is we have to enter the date of birth of particular student. I have to include the date of birth. We know that date of birth contains day, then month and year. It means that we have to use this particular structure as the member, correct? Now here DOB, that is date of birth, is of type date, and this date is our another structure. That's why I have to say this as struct followed by its name, that is date, then followed by variable name. So here we are using one structure within another structure. Now the question is how to declare this particular structure. As we used to declare our normal structure, in the similar way we are going to declare the structure variable. So I would say struct student S1. I have to create the variable for this particular structure, not for this, okay? Because we have created the variable for this date inside this structure, so I don't have to create one more variable for this particular date. I have already created here. DOB is the variable of type date. Okay. Yeah. Now after declaration of this particular structure, I have to access the members of student. Correct. So I will access these members as S1 dot roll number, S1 dot roll number, then S1 dot name, S1 dot marks. Okay, till here it's fine. Now how to access this DOB? Because DOB is not a normal member. Correct. I cannot say S1 dot DOB. If I say S1 dot DOB, then the compiler will not understand whom I am pointing to, whether I am pointing to the date or day or month or the year. Compiler will get confused. I have to specifically specify whom I am referring to, whether I am referring to the day or the month or the year. I want to access whether day, month or year. That's why I have to say S1 dot DOB dot day. If I want to access day of the date, then I have to use the syntax like this. Through this particular structure, I am going to access the member of this structure. See how beautifully it is written. S1 dot DOB dot day. This would access the day of the date. I cannot say S1 dot DOB or DOB dot day. No, because DOB is declared within student. That's why I have to access it through S1, then DOB, and then I will get the access to day. Similarly, I can access month through S1 dot DOB dot month. Similarly, I can access year also. One most important thing you have to remember here is struct student is the parent structure and struct date is the child structure. So this particular structure is known as the parent structure because this is making use of another structure as its member. That's why it is the parent structure and this is the child structure. So if you want to access the member of this child structure, then you have to follow this syntax, that is parent variable dot child variable dot member. Which is the parent variable here? S1. Which is the child variable? It is DOB dot member. You can then access these members. Okay. Yeah, in this slide, example for structure within structure is given. You can just go through it because it is as simple as that. Everything is already explained to you, so you can just go through this slide. If you don't understand anything, you can ask your doubts anytime. Okay.